You up for a leg workout on the ball with me? This is gonna be fun. Okay, come on down. We're gonna get on our knees here and start with the ball just right at our belly button. Little warning, Nala's feeling feisty, so you might see her a little bit here. I'm gonna kick up into my toes and on the palms of my hand, and I'm gonna work my glutes just a little bit to start off with. So you guys know that we're always gonna get that TA engagement. I love it, actually, the feeling of the TA pulling away from the ball. So when you're sunny side down, you can really get that feeling of wrapping the TA. So it's an upward lift of that belly button to your backbone, and that upward lift of the pelvic floor. And now let's get those glutes one side at a time. So I'm gonna point my right leg out and go into a little lift and lower here. Shh, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Let's get 6. And 5, 4, 3, last 2, final 1. Lower that back down, kick that toe, kickstand back up, and we're going to go to the left side. If you feel yourself rolling, just try to think about a little bit more structure down from that belly button through the ball to the mat. So it's an exhale, lift, inhale, lower. I'm just keeping my neck neutral, kind of reaching it out. And right now, I'm just really searching for that glute engagement. I'm just trying to find more and more of a glute squeeze as I lift those legs up, or leg up. And I'm trying to stay out of this part of my back. The lumbar spine's not getting it. Right here under the glute is getting it. That's going to be important for this next exercise. We're going 3. And 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, this next one I discovered while contest training for one of those crazy figure contests that I did. And working the glutes was going to be a major part of that. So in this one, you're going to roll your ball down a little bit more to the belly and the top of the hips. And then you're going to open your thighs up. So my inner thighs are coming around and hugging. And I'm going to bring my elbows down to the floor because this gives me a nice stable base of support. Open those elbows apart and then bring your heels together. So my wrists are together, or you can separate them, doesn't matter to me. But we want this kind of a triangle position where your knees are wider, your heels are together. Okay? Now from here you're going to tuck your tailbone. See how I did that? Tuck that tail. So now I'm getting into those glutes instead of my low back, and I'm going to just press my heels up to the ceiling. So pressing the heels up to the ceiling, squeezing the lowest parts of your glutes there. So it's an exhale up and press, and an inhale down. Exhale up and press, and inhale down. Think about your sit bones squeezing together. So what this is not, it's not a low back arch and throw those legs up. You see how I'm not getting my legs that far? I'm not arching my back. Instead, tuck your tail and feel this squeeze. So you can see the difference. My knees are just barely lifting up. I feel it like crazy in my glutes. It's crazy, I'm telling you. Let's go 5. And 4, I even feel it in my inner thighs as I squeeze my heels together. The last 3, and 2, and 1. You're gonna tell me that's your favorite, I know. All right, check those legs out. We're gonna go into some side posture here. So I always love getting into this position. I roll the ball here to my hip, and then I take my elbow and then I roll it away. Yeah. So instead of sinking into the ball, we want to have a nice diagonal line here. This left elbow is going to come up, and we're going to take this right leg straight out. So everything's all in alignment here. You can even bring this arm around. All right, from here, I'm going to lift this right leg up. Think about the toe reaching across the room. Right glute is engaged, and we lower. You can even make a little kickstand with your head if you want. That's it. We got 8. And 7, I'm reaching long, 6, 5, last two. Final one, we're gonna hold it up, flex through the foot, and pull that heel to your glute. Now notice my knee's not coming forward. My knee is staying back in line with my hip. You could draw a line right here. So now I'm getting this glute work and push it out. So it's in, out. I'm feeling my abs too. 6 and 5. Hang in 4. Try to keep that heel up in line with your hip. And 2. Final one. Now I'm going to hold the foot here. And tiny little pulses. Think energy out of your heel. The more you can reach from the joint to the extremity, the more power you're going to find. 4, 3, come on, you got this. 2, and 1. And lower it down. Okay, we're not done yet. Bear with me. I'm going to show you just a little basic start, and then we'll advance this one a little bit. So I'm going to keep my knees together, wrap my hands around this ball, or at least my left arm is wrapped around my right hand, can push into it. So you can use this arm to push a little bit. That's what I'm doing. And we're going to roll up and then roll away. Okay? So your inner thighs are squeezing. You're getting into this top right glute as you push up and you roll away. Okay, so that's your practice. And now we're going to stretch this right leg out, go up, and roll away. Stretch this right leg out. All right, now we're going to see if we can keep that right leg high. 6, 5, 4, 3. Notice my shoulders aren't up here in my ears, they're down here. 2. This is everything. 1. Beautiful. Okay, so here's your reward. First of all, we're going to come up and over with this right hand. So again, my left armpit's down. You get this beautiful stretch. Opening the rib cage. So think about this side of the ribs opening up to the ceiling. Then we're going to do another variation. So you can put your left hand down on the floor, your bottom hand down on the floor. Walk your foot back in space. And then as you do this overhead stretch, you're going to feel it a little bit more in that hip flexor. So the heel is closer to the back wall. Good. Now we're going to walk the foot in front, bend the knee, and shift into that knee. And you get a glute stretch here. There you go. Glute stretch. That feels really good. All right, let's repeat all that on the other side. So I'm going to push up, come on over to this other side, and we drop into this kind of side lying plank, yeah? Wrap the ball around, good, and we start off with this leg extended. You can make your little kickstand here for your head, because we always want that neck to be in alignment, not like this, like this. That looks a lot more natural, doesn't it? And then we reach. So the joint to the extremity, from the hip all the way to the toe. I tell my people in class, this doesn't look nearly like you're using as much muscle as this. Yeah? You see that? 5 and 4 and 3, 2. Final 1, we hold it, we flex the foot, pull that heel to your glute. So my knee isn't coming forward, my knee stays back, and we push out. Yeah, and that ball can roll on you, so be careful. That's one of the little challenges of using the stability ball. We got 4, and 3, I feel that glute, hang in, we got 2. Final 1, hold it here, little pulses, 8, 7, 6, it should be burning. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Okay, so now we're gonna roll the ball that way, and I had you start with your knees together, which actually might be a little bit harder. It's So we're gonna go this hand straight down, this hand wraps, and we push up. And by the way, you're gonna have a harder side. This is definitely my harder side. So a couple practices like that. And then adding that left leg out. And you drop back. Don't know what that was. Probably my dog in the trash can upstairs. And now our left leg is gonna lift up and reach and bring it back down. Up and reach and bring it back down. We got 4 and 3. Watch those shoulders. Last 2. And final 1. Beautiful. Okay, now wrapping this hand around, we're gonna go into that side stretch. Glorious. Feels great. And then we activate a little psoas by pulling that ankle back. Do you see how it was on the mat? And then I took it behind my mat. And then bringing the foot forward, so almost in line with your ball. And then we're gonna lunge into that knee, and it gives you just an amazing glute stretch. Back there in those real deep glute rotators. Need a little bit more of this. It's kind of like doing a pigeon stretch without having to get down on the floor for the pigeon stretch. Okay, I don't want to relax them too much because those glutes aren't done yet. Okay, there was a little teaser of some planking in one of my full body ball videos, but now we're going to really hammer some glute work on the ball. So we're going to lay on our back, and just to recap, the closer your thighs are to the ball, the easier it's going to be. The more it's down towards your ankles, the more difficult it's going to be. So find what's right for you. You might start a little closer. We're going to go into some bridging, straight leg. It's kind of like a reverse plank. And we're coming up into this plank and then bringing it back down. So I'm hinging right here at my hip crease. So you might feel yourself start to go one side or the other. If you do, whatever side you're deviating to, strengthen that opposite side. So squeeze that glute. I know you're hungry. Shh. Did you come to tell me? Did you get in the trash upstairs? I know you did. I heard you. Say hi to the people, Nala. Let's go 3 and 2 and final 1. Okay, here's where it gets fun. We're going to now bring one knee in tabletop. Doesn't matter to me which one you do, because you're doing both. We both are. So now we're going to go up into a shoulder bridge. Now again, you might find yourself veering to one side or the other. Shush, shush, shush. So pull that ball a little higher if you need to. Feel that glute working. And be careful that you're not just tossing the rib cage up like this. You want it to happen at the glute and not the back. Don't use your back muscles. It's a butt exercise. All right, let's switch it and do the other side. This is my weaker side. So you might see a little more zigzaggy. Yep, as suspected. We got 6 and 5 and 4. Last 3, turn that glute on. See me check. 2 and 1. Okay, hang tight. We've got just a couple more here. So this is more advanced. We're now going to work on a hamstring curl. So again, the closer you are here, the easier it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and bring it to my heels. Straighten those legs. Abs engaged. So come up first. Abs and glutes first. So just like that plank. And now we're going to pull those heels into your glutes and then control it back out. And I want you to please tap down every time. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want you to really feel control. So in other words, you're taking the time to get up in a nice stable plank before you pull those heels to your glutes. And then you move them away, and then you drop them back down. As opposed to, I'm gonna get this over with as fast as I can. See? So, up, in, out, and down. Up, in, out, and down. Can we get 5 more? Up, in, out, and down. 3, up, in, out, and down. Last 2, up, in, out, and down. And final 1, take it up, bring it in, out, and down. All right, that was awesome. Nice stretch here is rolling those feet up overhead and getting those hamstrings. Yeah, you don't necessarily need the ball for this, but you could push off of it to do a back stretch and a hamstring rollover. Or another thing that you can do is take the ball to the outside of one hip and then move the opposite. So I have it outside my left hip and I'm moving my right leg over, and then I'm just gonna roll into that. And so this is getting all along the outside of that right hamstring. And I'm just kind of rolling my belly back and forth. And then I'm actually gonna have to come away from the wall a little bit to do this on the other side. So I'm gonna move over here, take the ball to my outside. So see where it's by my hip. The higher the better, if you can tolerate it. And then I'm just gonna roll. And you could play with pushing your tailbone down and trying to cross that over. You'll get a little bit more stretch, but this is also a little bit more passive. It's a little easier, I think. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Definitely gonna feel it tomorrow. I can hear you if you use my name in vain tomorrow. And I deserve it, I know, but good job.